Okay, all right, so we are recording now. It is Tuesday, October 25th, and this is our team call for this week. So instead of tomorrow, we're doing it tonight. And we have the absolute pleasure of having Joel Freeman on to talk about Core de Force with us. You guys are all doing the sneak peeks. You guys have all been really promoting it and doing it, and I know that we're all so pumped about it. So kind of exciting for us to get a lot of behind the scenes of how to really best share about the awesomeness of this program from the man himself who created it with Jericho. So we're really excited to have him on. Before I let him talk, the only other announcement that I have is that not tomorrow, but Thursday, so the 27th, we're going to do our live power hour to kind of round out the end of this month. Those of you who are still pushing for Success Club and trying to find that one more person to help, we'll be here live at 8 p.m. on the 27th, so this Thursday. So we'll meet back here and do our live power hour together. And then one more, just a reminder also for those of you we have a couple girls that are going Emerald tomorrow. If you are pushing to rank advance this month and be able to, benefit from your free leads of free customers, then you have to have that ready to go by tomorrow night at midnight. Okay, so with that, I'm going to mute myself so that Hudson's talking a ton. But I think, Joel, I see you on my second screen, but I'm going to go ahead and let him take it away and share with us everything that he has to share about Core de Force so that we can, really tackle this launch the best that we can. So, Joel, take it away.
All right. Hey, no pressure. Just I'm just going to make it up as I go. How about that? So hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Yeah, you can imagine it's been a crazy couple of weeks, but it's all good stuff. So, just coming out of the sneak peek yesterday, which I don't know if you guys saw the post, 250K going to Big Brothers Big Sisters. We nailed it, blew it out of the water. It was, you guys really helped it make it look easy, honestly. So that was very, very cool. So now we're final countdown, 7 days away from the official launch of Core de Force and Team Beach Body. So super, super exciting. It's like 18 months coming for Jericho and I to watch this unfold. So we still haven't quite grasped reality, or we even know what reality is at this point anymore. I think we're in La La Land. But, besides that, want to talk to you guys or really just answer any questions you have. So, you guys have been probably hearing nothing but Core de Force and in terms of what is out there. So, and look, this is for you guys, and this is actually in your team. This is for you. So in terms of questions, let me have it. I want to know all the questions that you guys have about this program, and really keeping in mind that this program, we designed this for not for coaches. We designed this program for all the people that are not exercising, that are not working out, the people that you guys are supposed to be talking to, your customers and whatnot. So that's who this is really going after. So I say that because doing a lot of coach calls the past couple weeks, past couple months, ever since the program was announced, and a lot of the questions that we're getting, we tend to start to see this theme of coaches asking questions, obviously, because based on what your knowledge is already, like, well, what about the containers? What about this? What about that? Can I do a hybrid? Can I do this? Can I do that? And those are great questions. And of course, I'm happy to answer all of those. But I say that in terms of, but I want everybody to think about really, like, again, who are we talking to here? Who's our target market? Who are we going after? We're going after the people that don't know what containers are, and they don't know what a hybrid workout calendar is. They don't know all these different things and what what other programs were, have been out there before, because if they're not familiar with Beachbody, they don't know the library. So, really taking it from a newbie perspective is kind of my point on that one. So long way to get to the point. There you go. But so Ashley, you tell me, do you want me to just kind of do like a brief overview and then answer questions, or what do you think?
Hey, yeah, that would be great. Some of them I know just don't know everything about the program. Like, talk a little bit about what the meal plan is like. Talk a little bit about, like when we were at Leadership, you guys kind of shared what the workouts are like. They've only done the MMA speed, so they don't know. I was able to do some of the other ones today, and they don't really know what else is involved. So that would be great. And then that might kind of spur on some questions.
Okay, cool, fair enough. So Core de Force, as you guys see on the top sheet and FAQs and all that good stuff, Core de Force is a 30-day total body transformation program using mixed martial art style fitness techniques. And we say that in terms of, mixed martial art training and style training. You guys have seen programs out, that term has been used a lot for other programs that have come out in the past. And, there's a big difference in terms of how Core de Force is unique. And there's a few different ways that we did it. We design Core de Force, as we say, to be total body transformation. Total body transformation does not mean just weight loss. We don't want people just to focus on weight loss. You saw my post today, I said, screw the scale, because the scale is the liar. It's like a crazy ex that changes its mind all the time. So get rid of it. Throw it out the window, run it over, burn it, whatever you need to do. So again, look at my post today. April, who was in our test group, 30 days, she lost, I think it was, it wasn't a lot of weight, but when you look at her body is completely changed. And that's why this is a total body transformation program. Now, you guys have only seen a sneak peek. That's only one. But the program itself goes into a whole facet of MMA-style fitness training. And that does not mean that you're punching and kicking the entire time. Fighters do not get to that fitness level that you see on TV and that you see in boxing and whatnot by just standing up and punching and kicking. There's a whole world of fitness training that they go through, and this is what you will do in Core de Force. And I know it's you sneak peek, you're like, okay, well, it looks like it's just a punchy and kicky program. It's not. You're going to do a lot of strength training, body weight strength training. We take you through a whole world into the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, ground game, grappling, using your body weight against you in some very creative ways to really build your strength, really build your coordination, stabilization, and build your, work on your core from the inside out. Start those local stabilizer muscles that attach to your spine and work outward. So we really want to work on you from the inside out, because that's where the true strength is going to come from, as opposed to just doing a bunch of crunches. That's why there are no crunches in Core de Force, because crunches, they're boring. I don't like them. So we said, get rid of those things. So that's really what it comes down to. And you guys are going to see it when you go through it. And Ashley said she did a couple of the other workouts. You said today, I think. And,
yeah, we just did the second one. So I'm on day 2. Yeah, I started yesterday, so I'm on day 2.
So you did dynamic strength today, right?
Yeah. That was awesome and super hard.
Right.
It had a great modifier too.
Yeah.
Sorry?
He said it had a good modifier. I'm pregnant, so I'm having to modify it all. But so.
Right. So a couple of other things about the program. What makes Core de Force so unique? And there's a lot of people. Again, as coaches, you guys are gonna say, well, what's it like? Well, that's like me saying, well, Country Heat is like size, because they're both dancing programs, right? It's not what this is about. Dancing is dancing. A jab is a jab. A cross is a cross. It's how the program is designed and put together, and the style of training. And this is authentic style MMA training. We're very proud of that. We stuck with that. So we took it. One thing is we took it off the beat. If you guys saw in the sneak peek, it is not choreographed to music. It is the other way around. The music is actually choreographed to the intensity of the workout, because authentic style training, you do not punch on a beat. You don't punch with a downbeat. So that's not how it works. This allows, besides just being more authentic, this allows every single person to work and start at their own level. And that is huge. So, everybody, people keep asking, some people ask, is this a beginner program, intermediate, advanced? Doesn't matter. It's for everybody, because everybody gets to start exactly where they should, which is their own level. So nobody's trying to keep up with anybody. You're not trying to, and we say that your only competition is yourself with this one, because you're at your own pace and your own level. There's a modifier for every single movement when it's needed. Jessica is our modifier. You saw her in the sneak peek, and she's in every single one of the workouts, and really goes, and we break the moves down when people physically need the modification, and also in terms of if you just need a break, you can use the modification as well, so you can keep moving. And the modification a lot of times is the breakdown of the move. For instance, when you guys did the sneak peek yesterday, the switch knee, for example, that's a quick movement, and the modification is actually just the breakdown of the moves in a slower pace. Step back, step forward, knee down. So if you're having trouble getting the movement, because it's not about speed in the way we put these combinations together, it's not about your speed, it's about your rotation, it's about your power, it's about how you use your body, then you can use the modification to get your coordination down. And then once you have your coordination, then you can add more intensity and more power to it. Hope that makes sense. So there's a lot of cool things. So, and that really comes down to, is you're talking about this program, people, is like, look, This is for everybody, guys. And if someone says, well, I got to get, I go crazy when I hear people say this, well, I got to get in shape or I got to lose some weight before I do this program. You're out of your freaking mind, because how else are you going to get in shape than doing a program, right? Than actually starting to work out. So there's no prerequisite. There's no first steps you do before you do this program. That doesn't exist. We wanted to make it to where all you got to do is you just got to push play and just start moving. That's it. Very, very simple. The 3-round, the interval training in the 3 rounds is completely unique to Core de Force. That's what we took, the 3-round number, the 3-minute number from Boxing World. If you guys are familiar with boxing, it's 12 rounds of 3 minutes. And then we put the science into it. We put the fitness science. So the interval training is where you do that 1 minute of a combination, then you do 30 seconds of intense cardio spike, back to your 1 minute combination, 30-second spike. That interval training is what takes your body through all the different fat burning levels that you need to see transformation. So that's exactly why we designed it that way, and that's why our test groups are seeing such amazing results. Again, goes back to the total body transformation, because that type of interval training takes you through your different fat burning levels of proteins and burning fats from protein, burning fats from carbs. That's really where you want to go, and that's where you want to see all the results. That's where you're going to get the results from. So that's what's happening right now. In terms, sorry, there's a question. In terms of, let's see, there's a question. Okay, there's a question about Les Mills Pump. Les Mills Pump is a weightlifting program that's choreographed to music. So massively different. Massively different. No weights, no equipment, and not choreographed to music. So again, I'm saying, guys, don't try to compare it to anything, because you've never done this before. And I think Ashley can back me up, if she did dynamic strength today, that it is unlike anything that's out there. Just trust me on that one. Trust the process on this one. If you guys want to really know what Core de Force can do for you, then just do it, right? Do it for 30 days. Follow the system to a T. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to modify anything. And the only thing you have to lose is inches, and the only thing you have to gain is strength and confidence. Yeah, doesn't sound like too bad of a deal. I don't think so. In terms of the meal plan, it is an eating plan. It says on the cover, Core de Force eating plan, because you guys get to eat. Yay! You get to eat food, like real food. It's a higher intensity program. So being a higher intensity program, you gotta fuel your body. This is not one of those programs, like I said, it's not a weight loss program. So we're not gonna cut all your calories and then make you do a bunch of high intensity stuff. That's not how your body wants to work and wants to react. So in terms of calories, clean calories, you guys, your customers and you guys are going to really learn, if you haven't already, what clean calories means. And if you don't already know, 2,000 clean calories is actually a lot of food. It's a very simple eating plan in terms of figuring out what your caloric intake should be. It's on page 1 of the book. You'll see it, that you just put in your numbers. It walks you through your formula and then puts you into a plan, A, B, C, or D, on a sliding scale of 200 calories. So you don't have to guess where does Shakeology fit into it. Performance line products are freebies anyway when it comes to calories. So very simple, very easy. The eating plan follows the portion control system in terms of the colors. So we all know, most of you guys probably know the colors. The only one I can ever remember is yellow, because that's the only one I care about, because we all like carbs. And I think green's protein, maybe? Purple? No, see, I got it wrong.
Green is veggies.
Yeah, I don't care about that one. Pretty much protein and carbs are the only two I care about. But it's the system, right? So it does go to the color coordinated system. There are no containers, because again, we want this to be very simple. And think about the newbie. Think about somebody who's brand new to this. We don't want them to sit there and have to start really adding one more thing to it besides working out. So everybody, for the most part, has measuring utensils in their kitchen. So why don't we teach people how, what portion control looks like with the utensils and the tools that they already have? So that's the reasoning behind that. But it still does follow at least the system, so people can really start to understand, their macros and the color coordinating as well. But there's real food. Barbecue chicken pizza is in there. It's good stuff. That one's my favorite because I put it in there. But we worked with a nutritionist at Beachbody, Ani and Denis. Those two are just absolutely phenomenal and brilliant. And, we came up with some great recipes that Jericho and I love, and it comes into our life. And this is really about, it's not a diet plan. It's not, even though it says, and I say diet plan as in, a fad diet or anything like that. Yeah, the book says this is a diet plan in terms of that, your diet. This is what you're eating. But we wanted this to be sustainable. We want this to be after the 30 days that people doing this will say, oh, this isn't that bad. This is good. This is easy. I can do this. And so they continue to do that, as opposed to doing 30 days of the program, falling off the wagon, and going back to their old bad habits. Hopefully there is no more wagon. Hopefully there's no on and off the wagon. Hopefully it's just, that's your path. And that's really what we want people to do, is just find a new path and stay on it, as opposed to going back and forth. Let me see, in terms of other questions here.
I asked about supplements, like the performance line.
Yep. So, cool. So the is this high intensity enough to warrant all the Beachbody Performance Line products? It is not high intensity enough for all of them. So what that means is the 3 that are suggested are Energize, Recover, and Recharge. Energize, if you like the face tingle, get after it. And but Hydrate is not necessary for all the workouts there, because Hydrate is designed for a longer duration, right? 45 minutes or longer, typically, maybe usually an hour or more. And there's only a couple times in the workout calendar in the month where you would even get close, that you'll get really close to maybe over 45 minutes. It depends on the workout calendar and how we stack them. So not necessary. On those days, if you feel like you want it, then go for it. But Recover is going to be great. Your body's going to really love Recover, especially after like dynamic, some of the strength training exercises, strength training workouts we do, and plyometric. And then Recharge, same thing, man. That's a great way also to curb your sweet tooth if you have a sweet tooth at night. So it's like a milkshake if you haven't tried it yet. It's really good, and because it's thick of the casein protein, it's great for that. In terms of a ratio of strength training to cardio, it does alternate. We is each workout a mix of each? No, so it's not a mix of each, but you will. We do alternate on certain days. So you guys will see when you get the calendar, it's laid out for you. There's no guessing. So one day you might be doing a higher intensity cardio. The next day we're going to take you through and beat the crap out of your body with some strength training, body weight strength training. But in the good way, build muscle, right? Break it down so it builds up. Let's see. Do I think this is a good alternative for someone who wants to do a Beachbody program but is interested in kickboxing? Yeah, I mean, alternative. I guess. I mean, maybe I don't understand the question. Like alternative to actually going and kickboxing. Maybe that's the. Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. I talked to one of the guys. Look, I do this. If I can't make it to my boxing gym, then this is perfect for that. But look, if you actually want to go kickboxing and go punch something and make contact, that is different. This is definitely designed for non-contact, right? You're punching air. There's no resistance in air. So it's a total body transformation program based on that design. I don't want to say it's a good alternative because your body will respond differently when you actually have impact and you're actually punching or kicking something. So if someone's already someone else asked me well, how do you convince someone that's already working out, doing kickboxing, they should do this program? To which I would answer, why would I waste my time with someone who's already exercising? So I would actually be going after the 216 million people that aren't exercising, right? Let's go after the people that aren't moving. I feel like that's the low-hanging fruit, not the people who already have gym memberships and are happy at their gym. That seems like you're trying to tell me I need to eat something if I'm already full. So, but one guy actually, he is on another call. He is an amateur MMA fighter, farm league fights, and he did the first sneak peek, and did say how excited he was because he's also a businessman and travels, to where he was really excited that he can take Core de Force on the road with him and do it in his hotel room when he can't make it to the gym. So it is a good filler for that in that standpoint. Is there a 10-minute ab thing with CDF? All Beachbody workouts seem to have a 10-minute ab video attached with it. Eating for the win. Yes. Okay. So a 10-minute ab thing. There are a couple different standalone core workouts that we did in Core de Force, but they are all meant to be combined in Core de Force with other workouts as stackers and things like that. So yeah, we actually have a 5-minute ab challenge, and that's all you need. You don't need longer than 5 minutes in this one. And that particular challenge, it's pretty ridiculous. I haven't seen anybody that can do it the first time all on their toes, all 5 minutes. So that's something to shoot for. And then of course there's some other ones too, right? Some very core centric workouts that we have. Any days with multiple workouts, there will be a couple stacked workouts. So like, for instance, if you on a specific workout day, you're going to do like MMA speed, for instance, and we're progressing you, then we might stack it with an additional core workout or some other stack of the 5-minute plank challenge, for instance. So there's a couple different ways we can stack it, and that's going to change, but it's all laid out on the workout calendar. But you don't actually do like a morning workout and an evening workout. We don't have that.
Joel, how long would you say you work out each day, like at maximum? I think today was 45 or 47 minutes or something like that. I didn't feel like it at all.
Yeah, it goes by really quick, right?
So fast.
Dynamic strength is probably the longest workout that we have. I think it's 47 minutes total, including warm up and cool down. There will be 1 or 2 days that we will have a stacker on there. It's optional, but it's optional, but it's suggested if you want to see the optimal results. So there might be a couple days where you might be doing closer to 50, 55 minutes, which that's why I said you can pull the hydrate in if you want to. But no one has ever said, "Oh my God, that took forever," because your brain is definitely working
You're constantly moving, constantly.
You're constantly moving. And the 3-minute round structure sticks with the entire the whole program. So it really, when you take it in 3-minute increments, it doesn't feel like it's as long either because you hear ding, oh, 3 minutes is up, ding, 3 minutes, oh, ding, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, 10 minutes is gone. So, and then you really go with, the way you take you through progressions and modifications. There's all sorts of options for you. Let me see. Are all the pictures from the test group from round 1 or 3? So it is a little bit different. Like the picture that I posted on my Facebook today from April of April, that was 30 days. So she got those results in 30 days, which is pretty friggin' phenomenal. And but we did have people in the original test group back in January. Some went 30, some went 60, some went 90. Some like Glenn, who had, he started and he was closer to 300 pounds. He actually ended up doing 120 days, so he did 4 rounds of it. And then right now, the coaching test group they just wrapped up 60 days, and we're having them all go through 90. So they've got a few more days, I think they're on day 62 now. So the program's designed for 30 days. You can see amazing results in 30 days. And if you want to keep going, right? So do 60, do 90. Again, the only thing you got to lose is inches if you're interested in that. Yes, no equipment whatsoever. And this program was designed with that in mind. The combinations, the intervals, the spikes, the science, everything behind it is designed for 0 equipment. So that means no gloves, no weighted gloves, please God, no weighted gloves, no ankle weights, nothing. If you think there's something out there that will enhance this program and it goes on your body, it's not shoes and clothes, don't do it. Or a headband. You can wear a headband if you want to. But in terms of performance-enhancing equipment, you do not need it. I promise you. And the only thing that it can actually do is probably do the opposite of help you, especially when you start going at the intensity that we are training you to do in terms of form and rotation. That's actually how you can hurt yourself. So we don't want you to do that. That's why we have the Learn It and Work It. We have there's methods and there's tools in this program that you can always go back and watch that will teach you and show you how to get more out of it. So as you start to get your kinesthetic awareness and your balance and your coordination, your neuromuscular connections are firing, and you know what a jab, cross, hook, roll is, then go back and watch the Learn It and Work It and listen to what we say, and you're going to get more power from more rotation, right? So, which is a great thing about the program is there's no graduating. After 30 days, you're not going to graduate from this program. We're not going to be like, hey, you graduated, good job. You're just going to go back and you're going to do it again. And you will always go back to I don't want to even say the beginning because it's not the beginning, but MMA speed is our first one just because it's 6 rounds. But even at the end of the workout calendar, towards the end, the last week of the 30 days, we make you go back and do that again, and you will be shocked on how much more you get out of it. So, I mean, we taught MMA speed just a couple of days ago at Leadership, and I was drenched. And I've been doing this for a really long time, but it's because the fitter you get, the more you get out of it. It's pretty cool. So it just will you'll continue to improve and you'll continue to get more out of it. So I think I got the no equipment thing clear, right? No weighted gloves. Promise. Everyone pinky swears. I swear to God, if I see weighted gloves or if I see gloves. Ooh. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to throw at you.
I actually had a girl do it yesterday. That was a customer of mine who sent me a picture with her weighted gloves on, saying that she thought it was going to be way better with weighted gloves. I'm like, no, you don't need them. That's funny.
Yeah, but look, and there's so, I mean, we could go on and on for that, but look, again, it just simply put, the program is designed specifically with no equipment in mind. So now look, in the deluxe kit, the Quarter Force Deluxe kit, we did design 2 workouts using the Beachbody Agility ladder, and it does come in the deluxe kit, but we designed those workouts with the ladder, using the ladder. And so you go into we take you back into the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and some form and technique training for Taekwondo and all these great authentic styles using the ladder. But that's the only time that you'll use the ladder or use equipment. So other than that, you don't need it. Which the question was asking me the basic and the deluxe. What's the difference? So aside from the 2 workouts in the deluxe with the ladder, you also get an additional workout, which we call MMA Kick Butt, because we kick your legs and your butt completely. We annihilate them. So it's awesome legs and butt train. Who doesn't want a tight legs and butt? Anybody doesn't want that? Okay. I figured everybody did. So you get those, and then the containers do come. The portion containers do also come in the deluxe kit. So what? Sorry, my cat is very excited all of a sudden for no reason. Come here. Want to say hi? Come here. Just say hi. Cool. So she's a Bengal, so they talk constantly. If you guys don't know what that is, Bengal cats, they never shut up.
I thought you had a baby in the background is what it sounded like. I was like, you don't have a kid.
Baby cat pain in the butt is what it is, but I love her to death. So no, if you guys see my social media, you know that I love that cat. We're trying to get another one. I want like a little orange Bengal because they're like orange and they look like little tigers. So that's the next one on the list. So we have cats, not kids. It's perfect. Let's see. The 2 new workouts that are being released in December, they're going to be only on Beachbody On Demand, and those are called 2.0s. So like the sneak peek that you guys did on yesterday, that was MMA Speed, and then you have MMA Speed 2.0, and then you will have the next one, which is MMA Shred 2.0. And these are basically, we kick it up a notch. So we brought in, like the MMA Speed, some of the spikes, like you start with a high knee jump rope, and then you end with a ground to fighter stance. And ground to fighter stance in that workout is the hardest spike there. But in the 2.0, ground to fighter stance is probably one of the easier spikes in that workout. So we take it up a notch for sure. So those are 2.0. So and they release in December because we want everybody to hopefully do an entire month of Quarter Force before you try to bring those into your repertoire, because they're pretty gnarly. We wrote them and then did them, and then we were like, holy shit, that's hard. So it kicked our butts. So I think it'll kick all of your butts. That's good. And then, can you put on muscle with this program? Absolutely. Ashley, would you say you could, based on what you did today?
Very much so. Even my husband today, he's like, holy crap, I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. all the like push-ups with the twisting of the leg. I mean, yeah. Definitely. So
look, you guys have been, you've had a lot of programs that you've been a part of that you hear a lot about as a builder program, as a lean out program, as a shred program, as this. Quarter Force, again, in the authentic style of MMA fitness training, really goes through, besides just core training, but is building your strength and finding your balance, right? So it's not necessarily about bulking. Bulking is a completely different type of building, but this will build muscle, and more importantly, will build strength in ways that you never expected. Again, you're going to take your body through a world that it's never been in before. So your body's going to respond by changing in new and different ways too. So I promise you, you're going to gain some muscle and strength. It was something when we first started designing this program, I was very cognizant of, because I'm the same. I love weightlifting. I still do it on top of all my other training, but I did not lose much muscle at all when we did this program. I felt like I was like an iron nail when we're doing 90 days of the test groups with this stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's important. That was a good question because I think a lot of people with just the sneak peek are getting more of this just cardio vibe that it's going to be, and they haven't even touched anything like what was today's workout. So you guys just have to kind of like believe us and then just like
Right.
about it because
Absolutely. And look, this is the best thing. So like, okay, you guys start in 7 days. Beachbody coaches, you guys have this program for the entire month of November, right? So you can do an entire round, of entire 30 days of this program, and you can talk to people about it, right? So it's one thing if we just do, it's one thing if the what the marketing says, and you've got the 90-second sizzle that came out at Summit, and then you have one sneak peek. So as opposed to showing you different things on the sneak peek, you guys are the ones that are going to be really able to explain this, right? As opposed to just believing my word for it, trusting my word for it, and then going out there and talking to people. Well, Joel and Jericho said that this program is this. You guys are going to go and do this, and like even actually just doing 1 day of dynamic strength, you can go in there and have so much more relatability and education on the program because you're doing it. And obviously when we go into infomercial, we go to the masses, and we're going to infomercial filming, I think in December, and that comes out, early next year, then that's where we'll probably get really into in depth of all of this and what the program does. It's not just stand up, it's strength training, everything like that. But for you guys, think about this, how this benefits you, right? Because you're the ones that are going to become the experts on it. So right now, Jericho and I are the experts on it. We want you to do it so you become the experts on it because it's your job to go out and go forth and spread the word of Core de Force to the masses, right? So that's what we're trying to do, is to help you guys become the experts. Let's see. Ali asked the workout for this weekend sneak peek. There isn't a sneak peek this weekend. If there is, it's the same one. There's no new. I think it's just staying up on Beachbody On Demand as it's not the CDJ, but it goes into your bod, and you can pull it up for your library. So it is the same one. We left it up there so people, we're coming in the Super Saturday weekend, so we left it up for people who want to play it at their Super Saturdays possibly and do that as a live workout. So there won't be anything new or different, especially that close to launch. Mary Ellen, what kind of background do Jericho and I have in MMA? So we have been training in terms of the fitness aspect of MMA for, let's see, I was like 22-ish when I first kind of really got into the boxing, kickboxing work. Get down, get off the table. You have to talk to kids ever and tell them to get off the kitchen table? Get off. Okay. She's really misbehaving. She's usually like asleep on the couch. This is weird. But aside from, and then Jericho's been doing it for a very long time as well. We taught programs like Les Mills. We taught with Body Combat. And so, over the years, we've been going and training to be more authentic in our movements as we taught. But then also, one of my favorite things in the world is boxing, kickboxing. I was just there at the gym this morning, my boxing gym, getting my butt handed to me. So we've been doing it for a very long time. We did a massive amount of additional research when we started working on this program because we wanted to bring as much authenticity as we said, and we wanted to really bring in some different genres. So I got into the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, did a lot of wrestling, a lot of ground game, and that was one of the hardest things I think I've ever done physically is wrestling with another person and trying to use your body for control. And but yeah, Muay Thai, kickboxing, American kickboxing, boxing, Taekwondo, Karate. We went through a lot of the different places and looked at how in all this world, how these guys train and really wanted to bring that to you and bring that to everybody else. And Core de Force is the output from that. What else?
Anything else, you guys? These have been really good questions. Confirmation on the challenge, just the regular challenge pack, that is coming with portion control containers, right? Do you know?
Yes, it does.
I think it is. I think it flip-flopped because before it was not, but now it is. I'm pretty sure. People have been asking me that, so I don't know. As far as we've always heard they were always coming with the containers. So okay.
Cool. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah.
Anybody else? Any other questions before we let him go and enjoy the rest of his day?
My other 3 coach calls that I have after this one.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. If we talk the heck out of this and get an amazing transformation, is that how we end up with the infomercial?
I wish I could answer that question for you. I don't know. This is our first go around of a program, an infomercial. So, when it comes to selection of the test group and things like that, we leave that to the corporate office. They don't want, we get to see everything. So I'm sure there will be some sort of, post that we'll do in terms of looking for, transformations, looking for stories to see how people are doing. So, once you get it, just document the heck out of it. I think that's the best advice I can give you guys for if you want to try to be on the infomercial is you got to document it. You got to really, from, day one, you take your pictures and do some videos and, document your journey, because that's going to be the type of stuff that, we're looking for on the infomercial. That's the best I can give you. It's no guarantee. I can't say like, oh, Joel said if I documented, I get to be on the infomercial. And I'm going to say, nuh-uh. So don't do that. But.
Good answer. All right. Well, everyone's just talking random stuff now. So I will let you go. But seriously, thank you so much. I feel like I got a really good handle of what it was when we were at leadership. So I'm really honored that you were able to come and share all that with them. Because I know that they were pretty excited about it. So.
Hey, thanks for having me on, you guys. And look, it's kind of like, look, from what I said at the very beginning, go back to basics on this. And I think, Ashley, you were at leadership. And so you heard that a couple of times, I'm sure, when I said to go back to basics. And it really, look, it's very easy to get caught up in the minutia and the everyday of what you're doing. And like, okay, how's this different? How's this? And blah, 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 as opposed to just saying, looking at in the eyes of a newbie. They don't know any of this stuff. They don't know any of that, anything about Beachbody and Shakeology and all this stuff, except for what they've heard. And that's usually not even correct when that comes to information. So think about what their perceptions are, because that's the reality that you have to address. It's not what your reality is. It's your customer's perception. That's your reality. So when it comes to this program, day one, think of yourself as a brand new person. You've never seen this before. You've never done this before, which is true. But you also have no idea how to eat right, and you have no idea how to throw a punch. And I promise you, if you've done other programs in the past that are out there, it is completely different, night and day. Again, it's like saying, well, I did size, so I can do country heat, no problem. I can't do either of them because I can't dance. But it's like you can't compare things that are similar in the same genre, because the technique is different, right? The style is different. So that's what I'm like pleading with you. Trust the process, and it works. I promise you. You'll lose inches, and you'll gain confidence, and you'll feel pretty badass if you're interested in that as well.
Awesome. All right. We are all excited, and we will definitely be doing it and tagging you along the way. So
yeah. So tag us. Look, Jericho and I, we don't have any social media people. It's just us, guys. So, follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. Joel Freeman Fitness, Jericho McMatthews. Follow us. We're posting stuff because our job is to help you be more successful. So, there you go. We're here to help and go forth and core to force.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joel. Have a good night.
All right. Bye.